All right, so you know what we're going to do here? We're going to turn on the adaptive cruise, set it, and not get myself in trouble going too fast down the road, which you can do that. Yesterday, definitely, man, radical. You know, it cracks me up where we live in today's world. There's so much information within a hand's reach of your device you have. I just sent Brian. First of all, he's out in the field working. He broke off a part in one of my air compressors. So now, like, well, I got an extractor set. Now, if you're a mechanically inclined person, you know what an extractor set is. So I said, hey, at first I was like, well, if I have to give you my extractor set and go back to this job tomorrow, but it's an hour and a half away, one way. Then I got thinking, you know what? Ask the mechanics in the back shop if they have an extractor set. And so he went inside the shop, and you know, part of me is they're like, no, we don't have one of those. So he told me that the mechanics said they don't have an extractor set. I'm like, are you kidding me? A mechanic doesn't have I think it's more about they don't want to lend him any of their tools. So then I sent him up to the parts store, Advanced Auto Parts store, about 5 minutes away, and he calls me. He goes, the girl that works here has no idea what you're talking about. And I'm thinking, so if you worked at an auto parts store and there's a computer in front of you and a person comes in and goes, I need an extractor set, what would you do? I mean, if I didn't know what it was, I'm like, all right, hold on, let me key in that word extractor set or whatever into the computer and see what populates. So basically, Brian calls me, he's leaving the store. I'm like, whoa, wait a second. I'm like, you don't leave the store yet? He's like, well, they don't have it. And so the girl doesn't know what you're looking for. She doesn't even know what to even get. I'm like, no. So I get on Advanced Auto Parts all by myself on the internet, and then I shoot Brian a picture of what I'm talking about with the part number, and I said, go back to the counter and tell this girl this is what you need and give her the part number. And sure enough, they've got it. Sitting on a shelf right near them. I mean, man, I tell you what, man, where we are in today's world, this younger generation, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad, everybody. They don't know how to think. They really don't. I mean, it's scary to think. You know, there's no doubt artificial intelligence is going to take over mankind. Mankind is actually needs to get stupider and stupider with artificial intelligence, because mankind won't have to think. That's the reality. It's all me about smoking dope and having sex. Yeah, Mr. Brett. Hey, Brett, I still can't believe you don't understand how big pornography is, and you crack me up in your comments. So, Brett, for some reason, Brett thinks since I know about pornography, I'm this porno guy. Okay, well, I know about drug cartels. They make a lot of money off of selling drugs. Does that mean now I'm a drug dealer? That I do drugs? I mean, Brett, come on, dude. I mean, wow. I mean, I still can't get over your comment yesterday. You don't realize how big the porno industry is in the internet world? I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, once again, I'm blown away that you don't have that type of information and knowledge. So whatever, it's all good, buddy. I don't want to beat you up, but at the same time, I'm kind of surprised that you're clueless about the pornography industry. And you don't have to watch it. It's just a known fact. Just like the drug cartels. You don't have to be selling drugs or doing it. You do know that the drug cartel business is big, right? I mean, do you even know that? Maybe you don't. I don't know. Yeah, I'm a drug dealer. That's the real story, everybody. You finally figured it out. I'm a drug dealer. I'm a terrible drug dealer because I don't make any damn money. If I'm going to be a drug dealer, man, I'm going to be big. I'm going to make money. I wouldn't be financing stuff. I'll just be buying stuff. Yeah. You know that story, right? Yeah. All right, we got all the dummies on the road, so, yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's fun. I mean, the comments are enjoyable because it gives interaction on my channel, so I talk about it to give interaction. It isn't to beat up a subscriber. It isn't about that at all. It's just about creating content, conversation. Just like Gail. She thinks this morning I said that Brian is a slow rider and I don't like riding with Brian. I'm I'm like, where did that comment come from? So Gail this morning is doing her little 15-minute, 12-second time frame that I said that I don't like riding with Brian and slow riders. I never said that. I said I don't like riding with riders that are slow riders. And I'm like, I never said that was Brian. So to me, it sounded like, where did that comment? But I enjoy it. So now I'm like, okay, so you're calling Brian out as being a slow rider? Oh, okay. He rides a Triumph Rocket. For the record, I can remember having breakfast with him, and he said he hit 6-figure digits on the Rocket. So I'm like, I don't remember Brian riding with Brian on his Rocket, the Rocket Day with Brian and Chris and I don't remember him being slow. So that's where I'm like, I'm not talking about Brian. That wasn't a reference to him, but Gail thinks it was. So now I think that I guess Brian's being called out that he's a slow rider. Poor guy. I feel for you, Brian. I feel for you, man. Yikes, right? Yikes. Yeah, so, I mean, for me, am I really excited about buying a Honda Goldwing? No, not really. Was I up for the adventure? Yes, I was. If the numbers, I mean, so this is the numbers are coming in at. 22 grand trade, which I'm like, no way. $45,000 deal. $45,000. Because the negative equity in, I owe 32 grand. I owe 32 grand on the Goldwing, the white one, because I traded the other Goldwing for it. So that was negative equity a year ago. It's high interest loan, so the principal isn't being paid down. It's a lot of interest. So for me, it's like, no way. I don't want to finance. So I financed 36 grand a year ago on that motorcycle. So now they're going for 45. I'm like, no way. I'm like, nah, nope. And Bernie's kind of like, yeah, but you're paying down a bike that you don't want. Why don't you start paying down a bike that you want? I'm like, okay, all right, well, let's sit down and think about it. So then basically Jimmy was like, all right, I can cut. He saw how I'm just not getting excited. He's like, I can cut at least a good $4 grand out of the deal. So I can get you down to about 41. I'm like, I'm just not excited because we're $5 grand more on a payment that's going to be probably $150 a month to $200 more a month more because of the high interest. So I'm like, I'm just not tasting it. Like, I'd rather just keep on paying down on my bike, and is it really worth it? Not really. It's not. So I'll just keep on paying on my bikes. And so now, if you would have said to me, okay, you financed 36 grand a year ago on this bike, and we'll do a whole new deal, and it's 36 grand to redo a whole new deal, then I'd be like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. If we can get the same terms, same rate, same payment, then you know what? And there's no money out of my pocket, then you know what? I think I'd probably be up for it. But we came to closure trading 3 or 4 units for one wasn't going to work. So it'd have to be a Goldwing for a Goldwing. So that's where it is. So there you go. I talk about all the time that these guys have a solid 30% margin on these motorcycles. So that motorcycle is a 1-year-old motorcycle. It's really no different than the brand new one, besides the Apple CarPlay. And the brand new one is $30,000. They're offering me $22,000. It's an $8,000 spread. Well, if you have a 20%, if you have a 30%, I'll say 20% margin on 30 grand, $6 grand. So that's 24. If you have a 25%, you're at about 23. 30%, you're at about 21. So that's what I say. These guys have, I guarantee you, a 20%, 25% margin in that motorcycle, where they're paying about 24, 23, 24 maybe for that Honda Goldwing. That's my guess. They may be paying 22. It's possible. So that's why they're offering me 22, because they can buy a brand new one for that price. And they don't want to pay me 23 or 24 because they can buy a brand new one for that price. That's why you get destroyed on buying motorcycles, high-end motorcycles, is because they have solid 20 to 25% margins in those motorcycles. And that's why your bike, once you drive it off that dealership's lot, it's going to be worth basically $7,000 less to maybe $8,000 less than when you bought it from them. Is that the lesson of the day? As yesterday coming through here, this was some serious speeds, but not right through here, because the cops was back there that I hit some serious speeds where I could see up the road. Through this area here, these guys sit right over these hills, and you get nailed. You know, bink. And yesterday, there was no way I would be doing what I'm doing because I'm driving a manual transmission. One thing, you know, driving an automatic transmission, so I'm driving a manual transmission, trying to navigate that car and run video at the same time. No way. Way too dangerous. There's no way. Now, I could have put my phone down, like in the seat, and you would have heard a lot of noise of the gears running, the exhaust, but you wouldn't see what's going on. So see this area here, this whole area here, cops sit between all these little areas here, then down here at the end of the bridge. So what I did yesterday, the guy in the Toyota Camry was in the left-hand lane. I was in the right-hand lane. This was a great thing. It was a lot of fun. So the guy in the BMW M Series, 3 Series, was up in front of me, and then the Camry guy was, paced behind him, but it was a pocket, so I nailed it right through here, and I was much closer to them, and I walked by the Camry guy, and he was definitely trying to, come with me, and I sandwiched it right there in between the two of them. And then the Beamer guy, he just kind of gave up. He knew that it wasn't going to be much of anything. It wasn't like he was going to walk me, so he just pretty much gave up on, there wasn't enough excitement there for him to race me again. The guy in the Camry, the kid didn't want to give up. So, but coming through those speeds over that bridge and hitting this hill, that Camaro bounced around a lot, man. That suspension is so taut that it's like, holy crap, man. I'm bouncing around that car, driving that car. Like, if you don't have two hands in the steering wheel and you lost a little control here at those type of speeds, it'd be like, bye-bye. It's always fun going up the hills and down there. So I got to get in left-hand lane because I'm going to be in the right-hand lane. So now this trucker, the dump truck guy is behind the cement guy. Does he do the dirty deed and go left? No, he can't. He doesn't have the momentum. So there's all these truck drivers, man, they'll go to left-hand lane to try to pass the slower truck, but they don't have it in them to do it. So then you're stuck. So we come up over the hill. There's another guy that's putting up the road. Yeah, beautiful day. So today would have been a good day to ride out there, but my freaking right leg was just killing me so much. I'm like, nah. I don't know if the 2 days of back-to-back riding kind of really got to it's really my tuchus. My tuchus, man, the bones of my tuchus, they really felt that last day of riding. That stuff makes your ass numb, man. The bones, it goes to your bone. Or that seat is literally on your tailbone, your ass. And it just really does wear you out. As we continue to roll up the road, Ryan's having a hell of a day. Yeah, I kind of got into a little bit. I was just like, man, sometimes you do things, like if you would have just called me, I could have tried to help you not go through all this aggravation you're going through right now. So it's like, yeah, he's done a few things lately where he creates a major project upon himself, when if you would have called me first, be like, you don't realize that you just created so much more work. And he's too green. He's so green on the mechanical skills in my business that it's like, wow. Yep. And yesterday, coming down this hill, there was a undercover state boy tucked right in the. I mean, he was tucked in big time. He was literally, there's cars turning. He was all the way in the grass area there, way off the road, trying to catch somebody coming down that hill at crazy speeds. Yeah, I already had my fun by that time.